What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Day Trading Show. Today, James and I talk all about handling losses, bouncing back from failure, and how important perspective really is. So sit back. You're going to find a lot of value in this episode. Enjoy.
What's up, guys? Today I'm here with my co-host Austin, and today we're going to be speaking about how to move forward from losses and failing a funding challenge, because that's kind of like a hot topic these days. So yeah, in the last couple of months, specifically Austin and myself for the past year have been getting involved in trading with these funding challenges, and it's kind of, as we said, it's a hot topic, and many people are getting more into it and more into the idea and more accepting of that. Cool, you can use other people's money to scale up your own trading business. So yeah, welcome Austin, and it's always good to be on with you, bro.
Bro, always. Yeah, I guess we're coming off that video I posted on my YouTube channel that got a couple thousand views in like the first day and a half, 300 something comments, bro. It's crazy. It's definitely
300 haters.
Dude, not even though, you know what I mean? I think it's most of the comments. I wouldn't say they were hating, right? When you read the comments,
they were loving it, bro. They were loving the transparency.
But why are you calling them haters? You think they're haters because they're watching a video of me not doing well more than they're watching a video of like something that's valuable? Is that
possibly,
what you mean?
Possibly. Let's not call them all haters. Some of them love you, Austin.
Yeah. I would say, there was a couple of guys in there that were definitely hating though, but it's all right. Like, you can't make everybody happy. Not everybody.
That's part of life.
I think if you got to feel bad for people that would take the time to write something negative on someone else's video. It's like, I'm doing my best to put myself out there and I'm accepting myself for my mistakes, but you think you're so much better than everybody else, yet you're a nobody commenting on my video on my YouTube channel. Like, I have your attention. I don't even know you. You know what I mean? So it's a very interesting human characteristic. But I think, like, bro, have you ever gone out of your way to write a negative comment on somebody's post on social media at all? Be honest.
No,
nobody.
I've honestly never said like those hating comments on that. No, I read them,
right.
But I've never actually physically commented on like, that's a stupid thing or whatever like that.
Right.
No.
Right. No, me neither. I think like keyboard warriors, bro.
Yeah,
like
keyboard warriors. I read the comments, but I've never physically gone and commented. I might agree with some of the comments or like them, but I've never physically done it myself. No.
The people will say things from behind the screen on the phone or on the keyboard more than they would say in person. You know what I'm saying? So 100%. Yeah, but to the point of the failed funding challenges, we want to start there, or you want to start? We could talk about my 100K thing that I messed up. I mean, everybody probably saw that video based on how many views it's got. You know what I mean? But I think we could even let's start there
and then go into the failed funding challenges and losses, etc., etc. So, tell the listeners what actually happened with your journey to getting funded, and then what happened on the live account. You got a couple of payouts. Explain like the whole process, and then what actually happened from you being not funded anymore.
So I got funded in December of last year. I'm pretty sure was when it happened. And trading mostly Bitcoin. That was like the reason I got into the funding stuff off the jump, was because I wanted to try to trade Bitcoin. And now I'm looking at and trading oil and stuff like that. So I wanted to trade other markets that my US broker wasn't letting me do. So it was like, all right, you were telling me good things. I want to do it. There's no reason to feel resistance to it. So I went for it, passed the 100K. Got paid out twice on that. I did 1 month live, got a nice check. Second month, I didn't trade too much on it because I was focused on 200K challenge to then combine the accounts, but I still got paid out second month. And then month 3, I was trading on a Friday just because I was bored. And this was the mistake. And this is the video that everybody saw. Trading on Friday late in the day, not even really too big of a position, but I got stuck in the trade because it closed at my time, East Coast US time, at 4:55 instead of 5 o'clock. I shouldn't have been in the trade that close to the end of the day anyway, but I thought I still had 5 minutes, and I was not planning on holding the trade over the weekend. Market opens way below my stop loss on Sunday night, Monday, whatever you want to call it, and that hit the max daily loss because it gapped so low. It skips over your stop loss. It just opens up wherever it opens up. And that caused me to lose the account. But now I'm almost funded again with another 200K challenge. So, I think I'm trying to show everybody through my videos and the things that I put out, like, you're going to take losses. It's not always going to be pretty, but if you have confidence in your system because you have a system, you're going to be able to bounce back no matter what. So yeah, my video got a lot of views talking about the failure, like losing the 100K account. But now we'll see how many views it gets when I pass the 200K challenge. You know what I'm saying? Is that going to get as many views? I'm going to guess no. I'm just going to guess no. What do you think?
I think definitely not as well. You know,
right.
As you were saying before on this call, where people like to relate to scenarios and situations that have happened in their trading experiences as well, or in their life as well, whether it's, you know, losses or anything else negative. Sure. That obviously tends to get a lot more. It's just more relatable. But yeah, but after that, now you're going to bounce back. You're going to pass this 200K. You're up, what's it, like 5% already, or 4%, something like that?
Just over 4%. Yeah. So I'm making moves with this. I've got plenty of time on this challenge now, so I should be able to get this done. No problem. Now, before we move past that, what about you? Have you ever failed a funding challenge? I know we were talking about it before we started recording.
Yeah, I have. So I failed a funding challenge. It was about, when was it? Like, it must be about 9-10 months ago, before I actually got funded with FTMO. So I was down. I just had a string of losses. I was down like 5-6%, and then I tried to get it back all in like the last 3 trading days, and I ended up down -2. I couldn't get it back. So I couldn't get back to break even, because at that point I was going to try and pass. I was just trying to get to back to break even to get a free reset. And then after that, I took another 200K and got funded with that 200K. So I think you just got to be resilient. I mean, like, as I was saying also on one of our coaching calls the other day, I made 80, well, ended up being like 95% last year. But at one stage I was up like 16%, and then I went down all the way back to like 8.5% drawdown. If I had taken the challenge from that specific point, I would have failed the funding challenge there, because that's but yes, obviously my own capital, there's no rules and whatever. But if I just so these losses come, you don't know whether they're going to come in batches or they're going to come at one at a time, you know, like it's just all probability. It's the same with, so I like speaking about, so also I have the Black Show Club group that we work with, a select number of traders that want to take the trading to the next level and are serious about it. We get on live calls, have our own private group chat in the Discord. And one of our top traders that we work with, Tom, the Kaizen trader on Instagram, Twitter, he got funded with 200K, and now he's down about 7% on his live account. That's not from over trading or over position sizing. That's literally just from taking a string of losses in a row. And that is going to happen in your trading. It just happened to be when you got the live account.
Right. And I think what separates like where Tom is at mentally versus a lot of other people is Tom is not, because he's already got the live account. It doesn't matter if he ends the month down. He can slowly crawl that back, where a lot of people get backed into the corner where they're down 3 or 4% on a challenge, and then they just start throwing haymakers. Some people aren't even backed into the corner, and then they start throwing haymakers off the jump. And that's what gets them backed into the corner. So when you are talking to, I mean, I know we talk to a lot of people on social media and everywhere. Do you push people towards one company over another because the challenge is easier or the extension is an option? Do you think that those things are necessary? Because I feel like without the extension and just taking a retry, it could probably get pretty self-defeating. Yes. Like you would be like, you could have a 6% month, but not pass the challenge, a 4% month and not pass the challenge. And you're not making any money, but you could be trading really well. So does that sway where you try to guide people sometimes?
Yeah, for sure. So the top 2 that I recommend, they've both actually got now extensions given in their thing. So what I actually, when someone asks me, I always go for the more reliable one that's been around the longest and has more reliability. But there's nothing wrong with the other one that are the top 2. I would go with either one. But I think, as you say, like these extensions and that, now they're actually looking at it and being like, you know, there's actually some good traders that could make 5% consistently on a live account. They just can't get to that 10% in 1 month. That's why they're offering these extensions now, like an extra 2 weeks, an extra 4 weeks. So I think also what I want to also reiterate is that these funding companies, if you're making 10% a month if you can make 10% a month for the next 5 years, you will be managing upwards of $10 million up. It's not guaranteed. It's not consistent. If you're averaging 2% a month, that's a flipping good month. Like if you can do that consistently times 24, that's 50% a year. 24 times 248, so call it 50% a year, and that's compounded if you leave your money in, if you don't withdraw from it every month. So that's great trading. So I think like, if you, sometimes these companies do encourage and entice traders to, over leverage, or not over leverage, over position size, over, throw these haymakers. Whereas if you were trading your own capital and you had $100,000, $1 million in trading capital in a private account, how would you treat that? You wouldn't be looking for 10% a month. If you had $1 million, you made 2% a month, you're making what, 20 grand a month. That's pretty nice bread, bro.
But I think, and to get to that point, as I'd like to think you and I are closer to it than some of the people listening, the way to get there is to think that you're there already. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like almost to not trick yourself or lie to yourself, but like to manifest that, to make that your future reality. You have to act as if the trading account you have now is that larger account. It's as simple as that. And I think if you go at it with a rules-based approach through ups and downs, you're still going to come out on top in the bigger picture. I think time is something that humans don't grasp very well, bro. In short term, especially nowadays, we're so short term focused. Time is very hard for us to understand. Like, what will this day of me over leveraging mean in a year? Well, if I keep blowing these accounts or keep having to take funding challenges and I have to keep paying them money, I'm going to hate this in a year. Versus if I treat this as if I'm looking at this on a yearly basis, it's all about survival day to day, because some days you're just not going to hit and other days you're going to crush it. You just got to be around for those days where you're going to crush it. And I think like that's how people are getting funded, is they're staying alive either through the extension or through doing another challenge. They're staying alive enough so that they can have those strings of wins come in and end up passing the thing. I still think it's super important to talk about the I tweeted a picture from Steve Burns of this undercapitalization. This solves that problem, which is why it's so appealing. You know what I mean? And like, look at real estate. 100%. How many people tell you in real estate, use other people's money, leverage your own money, don't put your own money into it, kind of thing. Real wealth is built by using other people's money. Whatever 100%. You want to, the morality of, or the gamification of trading, meaning like it makes it more like a game to do it with these funding companies. I don't think that that's true.
I see. That's why I don't like people that really, or not, I don't agree with people. I don't agree with the people that hate on these companies, because I think that it gives it gives a lot of people that don't just have 200 grand just chilling around in their bank account to trade. Gives them an opportunity to get funded and then scale up their own. If you're making, call it $5,000-$10,000 a month, in 2 years, you could have your own 100-200 grand trading account in your personal trading account. And that's not even included on top of trading your personal trading account. So the gains from that as well. So you could grow pretty fast if you just think long term, because we're actually doing the math. So Austin and I were doing the math the other day. He was up at that stage, he was up $5,500 and he needed $16,000 to pass this specific funding challenge, the 200 grand challenge. And he needed to make $550 a day in order to pass. That's without the extension. So if he wanted to do it in this allocated amount of time, he needed $550 a day, which equals out to just under 0.3%, if I'm not mistaken. So it's really actually not that much. People that are saying, oh, you need to make 2% a day to pass these challenges. No, that's if you want to do it in 5 days or 10 days. You really actually got 30 days. And in the grander scheme of things, you could do that with relatively low risk as well.
100%. And even like today in the Discord chat, you were talking and you had a good trade today. And then you were like, yeah, I'm going to up my risk maybe next week. And I was like, why up the risk? What was your thought behind that? Is it because you're winning and you're like, you got to give me the full honest assessment?
Possibly could, because I've won like the last 3 in a row. So maybe it could be a bit, overconfidence, but I haven't done one of these challenges in a while. So I think it's just maybe I'm just like, I forget actually how much time 30 days is compared, you know what I'm saying? Like, because on my personal account, I'm up, 9% this month. And I haven't been oversizing or anything. So no,
that's what I'm saying, bro. So that's why I pushed back on you on that, because I was like, you don't need to up the size. You don't need 100%. To increase risk. You just got to stick to what's working. And even like the one loss you took, what was it, a couple of days ago?
It was GCAD, and I had another loss on, it was, I think EA.
The GCAD one was the swapping liquid 50. And I was like, why did you, after all these weeks of being perfect, if you just now, like, let's just take that trade out of the picture, even more confidence there. But in the confidence, you don't need to increase size. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%.
So back to the conversation about like bouncing back after you fail a funding challenge, what do you like? I guess everybody's different. I've had a couple of people who I pushed into a demo account and have them trade the demo account for a little bit after they fail a funding challenge, have a couple of winning weeks under the belt. Like there's people who have never, let's just say in the last 6 months, done 8% in, let's just use 8% because that's the easier challenge. There's so many people that have not done 8% in the last 6 months of any of those months, not alone 8% in total in 6 months, right? You have to do it in a month. So how come all these people, I'm not asking you, I'm just throwing this question out there in general for topic. Like, how come these people are willing to not do it on a demo account, but keep paying this company to try to do it that one random time? You'd think the logical side of it would say, yo, let me just do it on a fake money that is free first to make sure I know how to do this, and then I'll pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I always say so one of my friends actually failed the funding challenge 2 weeks ago. Okay. I told him, bro, like just chill, go take a week off of trading, get back, you know, because he works a 9 to 5 as well. Just chill, get back into your 9 to 5. It's not the end of the world, because when you pass 100K and you start getting like $5,000 a month payouts, you're going to be super stoked. Like it's not the end of the world. You can still do it. It's not like you can never take a funding challenge again or never get funded with him again. Just chill, take a relax, a step back, get back on a demo account. I always tell them I like to tell them to go on a demo account, but specifically like a free trial that one of these companies offer, because then you're actually doing like a challenge. It shows you the metrics and everything, but you're not paying for it. 100%.
The free trial is great.
100%. I think it's really, really good idea, because as you say, like what makes you think they've never done 8% in like 1 month? You did it like 1 month, 10 months ago. Now, what makes you think you're going to do it again now? So yeah.
Right. That's my point. Yeah. So I think that's an interesting, like when I got into trading, when the prop firm thing, the funding company thing was still very new. This was like a couple of years ago. Sure. Free trials, extensions, none of that stuff was there. Yeah. That's all new. And it just makes me wonder, because, you know, I'm a curious guy. Does this become more and more popular as time goes on? Probably. So what does that mean for us in the market? Does that mean it must, right? Because more money in the market is going to make the moves bigger, more volatility, right? I just think it makes everything bigger, right?
And also what happens if they start offering, like, I don't know, I'm just throwing stuff out there. What happens if they say there's no time limit, or there's a 6-month time limit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that could be cool.
I mean,
bro, we should start our own funding company. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that wasn't even there 2 years ago, the extensions or whatever, or a year ago. And now all of a sudden, I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe they could say, oh no, it's now 2 months for the first phase and 4 months for the second. You know, maybe they do that. On top of the extension.
And there's other companies out there that have different time requirements. You know what I mean? So you can always go to a different company.
Limits. Right. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I think you just got to go with what suits you. But I think always once you fail, when you do fail a funding challenge, because they're not always easy. When I say fail, like even if you end up 1%, that's not a fail, but you still didn't pass it. I think just always take a step back, maybe trade your own capital for the next month, or a demo account, or one of the free trials, and just know that it's not the end of the world. You can always, you know, trust me, when you get that $200,000 account and you get like a nice $15,000 check at the end of the month, and you get it paid out into your crypto account, into your bank account, it's going to make up for all the times that you failed, or whatever, you had hardships. So in trading, so it definitely is worth it. You just have to stay resilient and stay positive.
Do you think everybody is thinking, now that we're talking about it, I'm just wondering how many people are thinking about the future, in the sense that they're taking some of their profits from the funding companies and then they're putting it into their own capital. I wonder how many people are just spending it or letting it sit in crypto. I wonder if people are taking it to the next step, because these funding companies probably are not going to be around forever, right?
No, I wouldn't. Yeah,
nothing lasts forever.
Nothing lasts forever. Yeah, so they've got to go away at some point. But I think right now it's just too hot. It's not like it's going to go away in the next year. It's just too hot right now for it to just disappear in the next year. It's too hot. Too hot. They're making too much bang from it. So I think they're not going away anytime soon. But if I was like, what I do sometimes, not every month, obviously some months I put all of it into my personal trading account, but what I do is I actually put like 80% into my personal account, another 10% for actually saving, like for I'm looking to buy something later on, maybe this year, got to do with a ring or something, but yeah, we'll put that out there. And then the rest is sometimes just used for like general expenses or whatever.
Sure,
I think you definitely got to be, it's stupid just be like, oh, cool, I got a $10,000 check from my payout from my FTMO or whatever account. You get out, it's stupid to go buy some designer clothing or whatever, because that's
no, you should go buy some ASFX clothes. We got these new cool tie-dye t-shirts and the hats.
Yeah. I mean, that's and they're about a tenth of the price and better quality.
Literally, so, and better quality. And you feel good wearing it too, let me tell you. But anyway.
But it makes you trade well and pass challenges.
You know what's interesting too, bro? I think another factor in all this that's going to become cool to watch, like especially here, everything's getting more expensive faster than it ever has for us.
Yeah.
So people that are, let's to say it easy, like working a regular job, they're going to keep getting squeezed, bro, because most people, even if you are an entrepreneur, some years your income does not go up by 30%. But now here in Florida, some of the rent prices are going up 30%. You know what I'm saying? Housing is getting super hard to get. Life is getting almost squeezed a little bit from different areas. And I'm curious to see how that plays an impact on people trying to get funded. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, 100%.
Because again, hopefully people realize there's more money out there than me just doing it on my own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think this is literally it's literally like having a private investor invest in you by doing these, once you pass these funding challenges, you're just leveraging your own capital while you can put your own capital to other use. I know,
right.
Like it just makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah, I think basically the topic of or the main thing was today, the main point of discussion was basically that, if you fail a challenge, don't just go buy another one. Take down. I watched also a video from Tim Grover on his Instagram the other day. It was like a real but short video. It was like, when you fail, stay down for a bit, understand why you failed, then get back up and go kill it once you've understand and been in that dark place. So you got to understand what went wrong. How can I fix it? Don't just be like, oh shit, I failed. Go get another one.
Go do it again. Right. Because then that's
you're not learning. You're not learning from your experiences. Yeah.
Right. Love that, bro. All right. I think we're good on this topic. I feel like we're beating it dead here. I feel like hopefully people get the message of just some tips to hopefully help people bounce back after taking a loss, whether you failed a challenge or just you're down a little bit on the challenge, or maybe just down a little bit on your own money. It is just one day. Zooming out and seeing that day as one little data point of the whole year is so important. And literally sometimes to do that, all you got to do is walk away from the desk for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. 100%. And then you're
for one day and come back the next day.
Or the whole day. Exactly. Right. All right. Good deal, bro. I appreciate you. Good topic. Good conversation for everybody listening, watching. We appreciate you guys very much. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment. Let us know what you think. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.